What is up, Synthwave? I am back with another video today. More set 9 spoilers are out. We're learning more and more about this set. We today are going to be diving into Bichbihler / Majin Buu, one with nothingness, and the archetype that goes around this leader. So we saw this leader a few days ago. We saw a little bit of, a sneak preview of what we're going to be getting, but now we're starting to see the whole entire archetype take shape, which is incredibly exciting. Before I get into that, let me give a shout out to my sponsor, Bearded Collectibles, Alec Pastrana, best shop owner on the planet. If you're looking to get your steel product, make sure you go through Alec Pastrana and Bearded Collectibles. Great customer service, great price, get you everything you need. So if you're looking to get your sealed product for Series 9 and moving forward, make sure you go through Bearded Collectibles. So, Bichbihler on the front side. When this card attacks, draw one card, and this card gets plus 5k for the duration of the turn. When you have no cards in your hand, you may draw 3 cards, choose 2 cards in your life, and add them to your hand, then flip this card over. So, what this tells us on the front, so number 1, have no cards in hand is, of course, the key thing. So, this leader gets to be incredibly defensive in the beginning of the game. Or aggressive, however you want to see it. If you're playing against, a control deck and you want to get some damage, and you can. Or, if you're playing against someone that's more aggressive, you get to keep your life total high because you're going to be comboing, just to reduce your hand size down to 0. Another thing to keep in mind with this is that you also get to play the deck with cards that kind of just give you no hand advantage, which is unique, because now you get to play some powerful cards with some powerful effects in exchange for losing the cards that you would normally draw. So this Leader's Awaken ability is really unique, cool, and is going to have some cool synergies with some of the support cards I'm going to show a little bit later. On the backside, if you have 0 cards in your hand at the end of the turn, draw 5 cards. So again, this supports that idea of you want to have no cards in your hand, and you want to make sure that you have combo pieces in your drop area. So for doing that, you get rewarded because at the end of the turn, you get to draw 5 cards. Then you have an activate main, choose 1 card in your hand, place it in your drop area, and then choose one. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost 3 or less, place it under this card, or this card gets plus 5,000 for the duration of the turn. What's big about this is that this activate main isn't once per turn. So if you have cards in your hand, you're going to have some way to dump it. And what's cool is you can either use it for removal, or you can use it just to pump your leader and make your leader ginormous, which is really cool. So this leader, very strong based on the fact that it's going to be used in this engine. And so now we're going to go through the engine itself. So first thing to note is that you have a little bit of redundancy, and the first card, Bobbity, actually is going to give you a preview of other cards that are in the set from what it looks like, because it mentions Deborah, Pui, Yakon, as well as Majin Buu. And so basically what this card says is if all your energy is black and you have 2 or more energy, choose 1 card in your hand, place it in your drop area, and then you can choose up to 1 Deborah, Pui, Yakon, or Majin Buu card in your drop area with energy cost of 2 or less and play it. And then you can't play Bobbity for the duration of the turn. So basically what it's trying to make sure is that it's giving your opponent plenty of counter windows to be able to counter what's coming into play, and it doesn't want you to be able to just buy stuff back with multiple Bobbities. So otherwise, though, this card is great. It's going to be something that helps increase the consistency and redundancy in the deck. So you're going to need to play this, of course. Then you have Majin Buu, Ghastly, Rampage. This is one of the SRs in the set. So if all of your energy is black and you have no cards in hand, you can place this card in its owner's drop area, choose 1, choose up to 1 black Majin Buu with an energy cost of 3 or 4 in your drop area and play it. And then if you have 3 or more energy, choose up to 1 black Majin Buu with an energy cost between 3 and 6. So on the second turn of the game, if you play this, you're going to be able to go straight into a 3 or 4. But if you have 3 energy, you'll be able to go anywhere between 3 and 6. So, of course, you're going to be trying to make sure you can go up the chain safely. So a lot of times you're probably going to be waiting until the 3rd turn of the game to try and do this. Also, if you wait till the 3rd turn, you can accumulate resources and make sure you have multiple pieces in your drop area. And so you can go up to the chain multiple times. And so what's really cool about this is the way this actually works is you're going to put the 2 in the drop area, then you'll get the 4. The 4 has dual attack, and it says when you play this card, you can't play it again for the duration of the turn. And it has an activate main. If you have no cards in your hand, choose up to 1 black Majin Buu in your drop area with an energy cost between 3 and 6, play it on top of this card, so to evolve. So then the 4, so let's say swing once with the 2 drop, that's 1 attack. The 4 drop has dual attack, swing twice, that's 3 attacks. And then you can put the Majin Buu Hybrid Absorption, which has critical, and basically it can't be played from any area unless you have, if you have 2 or less. Yeah, so basically it's reassuring that you can't play anything unless you have 3 energy. So it's like saying you can't kill your opponent until turn 3. Great, how healthy. This one has critical and has the same exact effect. You can't play it again for the duration of the turn, and then you also get to put it you know, evolve another 3 or 6 on top of it, between 3 or 6 on top of it. Then you have a 5 Majin Buu Unparalleled Absorption, which is the Gotenks Absorbed, and this one is basically the same exact card, except it's going to have double strike. So now we're up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks, and then you can get the Majin Buu Supreme Beeple, which is going to be the 6th attack in the single turn. And as a permanent, this card can't be removed by your opponent's skills. And then when this card is in rest mode, your opponent can't use non-leader card skills to add cards from their deck to their hand. So this means that only their leaders can be able to draw for the turn, and this kind of limits the draw power of your opponent as long as the card's in rest mode. But I don't think you're going to leave this card in rest mode because it's still vulnerable to attacks, because it can't be removed by your opponent's skills, but it can still be removed by attacks as well as like game mechanics, so minusing it. And then activate battle. 3, this card gets plus 10,000 power and triple strike for the duration of the turn. So on turn 3, you're probably going to go up the chain and leave the 6 on the board. And then turn 4, you're going to be able to swing the triple strike if you want to, or you can go ahead and set up a new chain and then go from 2 up to 5, or if you have another 6, put another 6 in play. And then that way you can just kind of keep that redundancy going and just keep that pressure on. And so what is kind of scary about this deck is like how often this chain is going to happen, and how the deck, since the leader at the end of the turn just draws 5 cards, it's always going to have something to keep it going. Which is, it's like, this is like an aggro deck that is like a control deck's nightmare, because it's just constantly going to be able to put threats on the board and just keep pressuring throughout the duration of the game, and it gets to maintain that high life total as I mentioned before. So it's an aggro deck that goes tall, so similar to like how Broly would go tall, but this one is just like you're getting even more attacks because of how far you're going up this chain in a single turn, and you're just getting all these, you know, unique type of attacks like dual attack, you get critical, double strike. Then you get a card that can't be removed by your opponent's skills, and then it can stop your opponent from drawing extra cards. Like, it has like all the makings of something that's just like incredibly powerful, borderline impressive, and I'm really excited to get this deck in my hands and just see how it works, because I love these type of like decks that rely on the drop area for these powerful effects, and this deck just seems like it hits all those marks. And since you're playing black, that means you get all different types of support cards. Which is one of the best things about playing the color, even though it's a monocolor. You just get so many different unique effects and so many different cards. And so let me go over some of the support cards for you guys to think about right now when you're looking at building your deck moving forward. So, first thing, of course, Power Burst. So what's important about Power Burst is Power Burst can get back your Bobbity from your drop area. So again, it's another card that can increase the redundancy and the consistency of your deck. So you're always going to have a 1-drop when you need it to be able to get your 2-drop back. So, and that's also a big deal because let's say Bobbity gets removed from your warp for some reason or something like that. Well, guess what? Power Burst can get it back from the warp as well. So no matter what, you're going to be able to have access to that 2-drop as long as it's somewhere. As long as it's in your hand, it's in your drop area, you're going to be able to get it back. And Power Burst kind of increases that redundancy. The new Deborah that's been previewed, basically it's just like the black counterplay that just you choose one of your opponent's battle cards, and then it can't attack or activate skills for the duration of the turn. Very powerful card. Cool to see black finally get a card like that. Turtle is the Unstoppable Ghost Warrior. Probably one of the best battle cards in the game right now, and this deck gets to access it so easily, and it's another card that helps you get cards into your hand for a meaningful effect because it has dual attack, and then you can pitch once per turn. It gets plus 5,000, so again helps you empty your hand out. And then you have the new super combo, Bibbidi. So think about the fact that like you're gonna have a lot of cards in your drop area, so this is gonna end up being like having a Mirror Creator absorbed on a super combo, you know, in some of your games. It's also just going to be good because if you ever need a combo out of something, you're going to have the ability to do it. So if you're playing against an aggro deck and they're going all in and you just have a ton of cards in your drop area or your warp, this card gets huge. And then Hatchak, Hatred Everlasting, promo card, another promo card that's going to see more play with this strategy. You'd have the activate mean to put it in your drop area, and you can burst 2. So basically place top 2 cards of your deck into your discard pile, and this is going to help fuel you find those pieces that you need to get in the drop area, as well as again it's another effect that helps you empty your hand, and it's an energy sink later in the game because for 3 you can put some cards on the bottom of your deck and then bring it back into play, and then now you have a 25k dual attacker. So again, all these cards you get to spend, you get to put them in your drop area, you get to use your drop area to generate cool cards like Turtle's Unstoppable Ghost Warrior, and all these cards just have synergy with this deck already. So if you're looking for a new aggressive strategy that's not baby moving forward, I'm pretty certain that 50 Shades of Buu is going to be the right deck for you. That rhymed. That was adorable. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so hyped for Series 9. We're going to keep the hype rolling as previews come out. Thank you guys so much for everything. If you get a chance, please check out the Patreon. The link will be down in the description. And then also, again, if you're looking to get your sealed product, check out beardcollectibles.com. That link will be down in the description as well. Thank you so much. Okay. Bye!